G'day, this is Captain Australia. Now, this is just me in the middle of Brisbane, Queen Street Mall, and this is purely a test. I want to set the camera up over my shoulder and see if I can see and hear everything okay if I were a viewer at home. So if you want to watch and see a little bit of Brisbane's inner city, by all means. Otherwise, nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Okay, so let's tuck this bad boy here. That should just about do it. And let's see. There we go. Okay. So you can probably still hear me. You're attached to my backpack. And this would be a good way to meet people. So if I were going into Coffs Harbour and there was somebody that I wanted to say good day to, I could in theory set you up like this and we could both say good day to them. So I'm just going to walk through the mall and check it out when I get home and see how the stream is. I'm getting a few puzzled looks. It's also probably good for catching the puzzled looks. Okay. I hope the camera hasn't spun around or anything. I'll find a better way to secure it. And we're walking through them. I enjoy it when people smile joyfully. When they look confused and scared, I enjoy confusion actually, but scared I don't like. People are like, what? That's not normal. Why can't people be more normal? Normality is overrated, my friends. Be happy. Chase your happiness. Don't worry so much how it looks like to other people. That's not really important. I guess we've become too caught up on cosmetics. And here we are walking through the Queen Street Mall with you on my shoulder. Angel on my right shoulder. As opposed to the devil on my left. It tells me to do stupid things like walk through the Queen Street Mall dressed as a superhero. And we're walking. I might go back over to South Bank. I might walk home. It's about 8 to 10k from here. I've been walking for a few hours actually. So I guess I've already done about 15k. I've gone all up around through the city, said good day to some people. I met this lovely young girl. She's probably about 12 or so, and her best friend, incidentally, had bone cancer. So, her prognosis apparently was good. Very beatable form of cancer, but not something that I like to hear from someone you meet in public. And I hope her friend recovers and lives a long, happy life and thrives. And here we are, just halfway through the mall. I realise actually that the camera will not be visible to many, so it looks as if I'm just walking along talking to myself. Though these days everyone has earbuds in, talking on the phone, so they could just think I'm having a highfalutin business meeting on the phone while walking through Queen Street dressed as a superhero. Anyway, hopefully no one's watching this because I'm just randomly babbling. But if there is somebody watching this, now or in the future, please support the Kids Cancer Project. The Big Walk is my way of showing dedication to that cause. It's also a pilgrimage, something for me, just stripping everything in life back to the basic concepts of ethics and decency and doing the right thing. And just getting out into the wild and walking. Everyday walk, survival walk. And that's it. Meet people, experience the world with a new fresh of eyes. New fresh set of eyes. So I'm old and I've suffered. But all of us can have rebirth. All of us. Hope, love, compassion, all of those things are available to us. So, we should reach out and take them, share them with others. That's the beauty of all of the positive things that you can take in life. They are very, very shareable. Speaking of sharing, please like, subscribe and share Captain Australia's Big Walk. Look, all that stuff the YouTuber millionaires are doing to get you to help them make money, I'm not really interested in that. But I do need you to get the word out. So if you could. Hey mate, how you doing? Sorry, I don't have a lighter on me. Sorry, bud. I should have a lighter in the old utility belt, I guess. In a pyromaniac. But I do not. So, walking. Here we go. There's a big long bus. Let me check the camera. Because you might be facing the wrong way now. And I have no idea. Whoop. That's not going to work. Yeah, it looks like the camera is still oriented. Okay. Oh, let's walk a bit further. Here we are. Crossing the road, yeah. Crossing them mad roads, yo. Yeah. Okay. Freestyle rap while walking through Brisbane. How's that? Yeah, I may be old. I'm still with it. I know them mad raps make you teens all happy face, emoji, and so forth. I just lack the intelligence, talent, creativity, and ability to rhyme. But I can still have a crack at a freestyle rap about the sky. The sky is looking really fly, a deep blue, like my shoe, but my shoe is brown. That's what I found. And now I've run out of rhymes. My rhymes can only last 3 times, not 4 times 5 or 6 or 7. I'm in heaven. Here we go, going to cross the bridge, and oh shit, I'm getting even more. Sorry, I did not mean to swear then. You see, I have this basic level. There's this basic level of weird looks that you get when you're walking through a city, dressed as a superhero. People look at you strangely. They think, is this guy having a nervous breakdown? Is this guy, does he think he's Batman? So you get this basic level of strange looks. And you grow accustomed to them. But then, when you do something silly, you get, oh man, my tinnitus suddenly just full on hit. So that's a post-cancer symptom. It's like a beep in your ear. And it's constant and oppressive, but I have the trick of zoning it out. But sometimes, like when I think about it or when there's some trigger, it just hits full blown. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so you get accustomed to that basic level of strangeness. And that becomes the new normal, and that's great. So let's pull the camera down and see how we're doing. Okay. Oh yeah, it's pretty stable. And we're still streaming. Okay. Oh, and we've got a viewer. Hello. That's nice. How you doing? Sorry, I was randomly rapping, assuming that this was purely for my own consumption when I got home, just testing the over-the-shoulder camera. I hope it was okay. I'll give you a better look at the city. So, I don't know where you're from, but this is Brisbane. And I am walking around Brisbane, dressed like this. And my purpose in doing that is to raise awareness and support for the Kids Cancer Project. So I'm doing a fundraiser called Captain Australia's Big Walk, where I will walk on the 26th of December from Brisbane to Melbourne. That's going to be a continuous journey down the east coast, about 2,400 kilometres. I will be sleeping rough, so there's no hotels, motels or anything, unless like one of those old-fashioned knights, somebody like, what were they called, like the Knights Templar or the Knights Hospitalier or something. And if you met people and you did good deeds and they were impressed with you, they might invite you to their home and feed you and give you a place to sleep. So I guess if I were passing through a beach town and someone said, "Hey Captain Australia, we're not scared of you," how about you come and sleep on our couch? That would be a very kind and lovely thing. The sound. Okay, this is just for my future reference, looking back at the video later. I think my earbuds died. So now what we're getting is the native sound on my phone. And I can check out the quality of that. Walking through traffic and whatnot, it's probably really terrible. So, anyway, we're crossing a bridge here. This is right through the middle of the city. That's lovely Brisbane. Love you, Brisbane. You can see my big Kids Cancer Project banner in the back there. I guess I'll just keep on going. What shall I talk about now? Okay, so it's all about kids cancer and the Kids Cancer Project. And the thing is, having survived a stage 4 cancer myself, the thing where the doctor says to me, you've got 6 months to live, I had a 40 to 60% chance of chemoradiation would get rid of it, and I won. I got lucky. But, and this is the important thing to understand, you don't get lucky, not with cancer. So you survive, and that's great, but you carry then this horrible burden for the rest of your life. It's the, you've got that oppressive sort of existential stuff, the fear that you're going to die, the cancer will come back. Every time you cough, and like if you've had radiation to the neck, you cough, mate, you cough a lot. But every time you cough, you think, oh, you know what, when they diagnosed my cancer, that started with a cough. Does that mean it's coming back for me? So it's like anybody who's gone through trauma. You might have been attacked or something at some point in your life. You then have in the back of your mind this fear of it. And you need to find ways to get past that. And the thing is, I got that. It wrecked me, broke me. And when I got cancer, I was 44 years old. My own business, everything, a loving, beautiful family, children, and it wrecked me. So the idea of that happening to kids, just little kids, it's just appalling. So that's what the charity's all about. And yeah, I met this really, really nice girl who was talking about her sick friend with bone cancer. And it's that sort of idea of a child, and not just the child's community, their friends, their buddies, having to face up with this idea of mortality, just human mortality, that we all share that. But a child having to face up to that, it's too early. You don't have to. Go play with your Pokemon, mate, or whatever it is you do when you're 12. These days it's Fortnite or something, I suppose. Yeah, my sons play Fortnite. They are mad skills, bro. But yeah, the idea of a kid facing up to all of the darker lessons from cancer is terrible. It's gut-wrenching, and at the end of the day, that's what the big walk is about. It's about me, after being broken, getting up. You don't, like life wants to grind you down, but you don't allow it. You stand up, you keep walking. And that's what it's about for me. But then for all of those kids facing cancer, and there'll be like, I think 950 Australian children diagnosed every year with a form of cancer. And children's cancer, it's not like adult cancer. They're invasive, aggressive. There are things like neuroblastoma, leukemia, bone cancer, all these types of cancer that especially target kids, right? And the big walk is about my journey towards hope and then sharing that. So it's sharing that with those children, and that's what you can give with your support. So, you know, if you've got the ability to donate, please donate. If you've got the ability to tell your friends about this buffhead, this mentally incompetent man walking through Brisbane dressed as a superhero, tell them, get them to share it. Say, hey guys, come and watch this. He's got mad rap skills, yo. I mean, he doesn't really, but they don't know until they come and check it out. And maybe if they come check it out, they'll donate. So, you know, a little bit of false advertising never hurt anybody. So, yeah, look, just if you can't donate, please share, you know, be my ambassador, be my, you know, little angel spreading the word, Captain Australia's Big Walk. We'll get like a Big Walk army or something going, because we really just need to raise as much money as we can for the Kids Cancer Project, because every dollar goes into research, and the research is into better treatments for pediatric styles of cancer. So I'm just crossing the road. So those pediatric forms of cancer are, as I said, really aggressive. They are life-altering, and in 20% of cases the child does not survive. So in the other cases, and of the 80% that do survive, 99% of them suffer crippling side effects. And I could tell you about all of that stuff. It's a downer though. I mean, I want to make it fun for you. I don't know, I can't do anything fun. I can't backflip. I can't burp the national anthem. But I don't want to constantly be a downer talking about sick children. But at the end of the day, that's what it's about, and we have to help them. And the side effects. So for me, I sometimes wake up, I can't breathe. I've got this damage to it's called the mucosal lining inside your mouth and your esophagus. And when you get radiation scarring in there, it's hypersensitive, and you can cough and choke. And I get spasms, pain, pretty much all the time, tinnitus. I can no longer taste food. And I'm great. I'm doing so great. And it's the idea of being of service. Sorry, I was about to bump my big thing into a traffic sign. And it's the idea of being of service that's helped me get to that place. But, a child can't do the things I'm doing. Their family situation, it's go to school, get a push bike, learn to ride the push bike, So, all those side effects that I firsthand can tell you about. We don't want kids going through that stuff. Crossing the road again. We are now in South Bank. Crossing the road, getting some looks, g'day. And I might head towards home, I think, which is, no thank you, mate. How you doing?
Okay, good. Yeah, what are you doing today?
I am out walking, talking about kids' cancer. G'day. We're actually in the middle of a live stream. You want to say g'day to...
G'day, guys.
G'day to the world.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah,
we're just raising money for the kids' cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to walk from Brisbane to Melbourne at the end of the year.
Oh, cool. Melbourne, eh? How can you get here?
I'm going to walk the whole way. Yeah, so it's going to take me 70 days, I think.
70 days, cool. Good luck, eh?
Yeah, cheers, mate. All the best. Same to you, mate.
Thanks, bud.
All the best.
Yeah, bye.
So, when this little green man comes up, we'll continue walking that away. And here we go. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go over the same old stuff, really. Maybe I should tell you about Captain Australia. So, I started doing that stuff in 2008, so this is not the first time I've dressed up as a bull-fed superhero. And the reason behind it, g'day, how you doing? The reason behind it was just this idea that the world is darkening. That there are things that we do and say that have eroded ethically. And I think, you could say, like any old person will say, it's the internet that did it. But the internet's great, When I was around when the internet was new, and I enjoy having conversations with someone who's in Korea. These days it's maybe a delivery system for erotica and paranoia, but it's great as a tool. It connects us, and I don't think that's the root cause. But as we as a species we become more connected and more social, I think there are some sort of downsides to that, like we lose trust, we become a bit more superficial, and that causes us to lose trust in one another. And I guess when I was a younger man at the time, and my first son was born, and I wanted to try and be joyful and honest and take values that are like comic book and that people would laugh at and say, no, we should aspire to live these values. If somebody needs help, stop. I remember when I was first doing Captain Australia, there was an old lady. She was an Indigenous lady. She was at a bus stop, and she had died. I think she died. She might have just been taken to hospital in critical care. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if she survived or not. But the thing is, she'd been laying there for hours, and people had come and gone, getting on the bus, getting off. And I couldn't understand that, why somebody wouldn't, they think she's just a homeless lady sleeping. But she was in medical distress, and nobody just sort of said, "Are you okay, love?"
And even if she's there sleeping, she might have wanted some food or a drink or something. Like, but the idea of helping, I guess, is harder and a slippery slope, and you'll try and help, and then, you know, it'll all go wrong. But that sort of excuse-based thinking is no good. You don't not help because it will all go wrong. You try because it's the right thing to do. And that's what Captain Australia was about. I mean, I don't know. So I got on the telly, I got on a current affair and a bunch of news shows and whatever. And I think the public just thought that I thought I was Batman. The public thought that I thought I was Batman. Yeah, that's right. So all about crime fighting. And if anything, yes, I mean, if I saw somebody being hurt, I would try and stop it, even if that's against the law. It's wrong, and you have to try and do what's right. But it's not about crime. If anything, it's about fighting evil, that insidious evil, that cruelty that slowly crept into us that I mentioned before. So I tried to do that, and I failed catastrophically, I think. And I mean, I also wanted to inspire people, be joyful, you know, share that with the world. And I thought I could make like a career out of kindness too, sell t-shirts or a comic book, and quit my corporate day job and use the money to buy a house for some homeless people, and you know what I mean, just have a life that is, you know, full of just that sort of decency. So that was what Captain Australia was about. I started in 2008, I finished in 2013. And the reason I did was my second son, oh, he's a wonderful boy. I tear up, I've lost my banner to a sign because I've gotten into what I'm saying and I'm not paying attention to everything that's up that I keep hitting. But yeah, sorry, when I talk about my kids, I tear up, I lose myself a bit. And since cancer, I'm either more in touch with or less in control of my emotions, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, the little boy, he was tiny, like 1.5, 2, and he started hurting himself, like hitting his head against the floor, biting his fingers, and it was just really distressing. And it turns out it took a lot of work, but we had him diagnosed as autistic, and he was really struggling with that, you know. But now he's thriving. he's 10 now, and you know, he's gone from like not being verbal to, I mean, dramatically improving with his ability to communicate and relate, which is wonderful. And I guess that's another example of how children just deserve to be children, you know. So autism is another cause that I care about. G'day mate, how are you? Autism in children. And adults for that matter. But yeah, the little boy got sick and he needed help. So I quit Captain Australia. I quit my day job too. We started up a travel insurance company called Simply Travel Insurance. And it was thriving too, doing really well. And then I got cancer. So, you know, the travel insurance company, it was actually really great timing. So it helped me spend time with my children. But it also allowed me to, you know, build us up a bit financially. The company was not making a substantial amount of money, but it was starting to, and then COVID killed it, unfortunately. So the border closures rather killed it. But yeah, I got sick with cancer in the middle, and I spent the next 4 years dealing with it, I think. So up until last December, I was not doing well with that. I was obese, 140 kilograms. I know I look like a big chubby dude now, and I am a big chubby dude. So I weigh 95 kilos. I lost more than 50, but I got malnourished and I put a bit of weight back on. But all this walking will sort that out. I've been walking for like, I don't know, 4 hours or so already today. But yeah, the cancer, 4 years it took me to just progressively get the crap beaten out of me by cancer. So the initial treatment, all of that, great, strong. I was strong like bull. But the slippage started after. Side effects and all their problems, that worry about recurrence, all of that stuff, just it's crippling. So let's spare children that, okay? Saying the same thing again, Kids Cancer Project, go. Should I do a rap about the Kids Cancer Project? I can't, why do I keep volunteering to rap? I can't rap. Yes, Kids Cancer Project, and you know, they are the place that you should go. If you got a few dollars in the bank, go give them, and they will thank you for your kindness of saving the world, one kid at a time, yo. Bro, okay, that was the best I can do. What am I doing? What's wrong with me? This is not a nervous breakdown. Despite any evidence to the contrary, I am mentally sound. I know I'm not a superhero. I do not have any special powers. All I want to do is show my devotion to a very important cause, the Kids Cancer Project, in the hopes that you will see that, respond to that, and share it. So, the devotion, I mean, and all of the videos and whatever, like and subscribe and all of that stuff. But yeah, the idea that we could do something significant is great. So I really would like to raise as big a possible chunk of money for the Kids Cancer Project. So, you know, if you've got a rich auntie, what you need to do, okay, this is a mission. Any future person watching this, thank you for your interest. Thank you for watching this insane ramble. Now, we have come to a point where you must act. You have a mission, okay? So sweet Auntie Gladys, right? Wonderful woman, but she's tight, too tight. She's very rich, but tight. So you have, it may not be sweet Auntie Gladys, but you have someone like that in your life. They are rich and they are tight. And it will be therapeutic for them to spend some money. It will. Because money, like the Freudian idea, they equated money to excrement. You need to poop regularly. You can't withhold your poop. And if you do, it's a sign that you are unhealthy. So, you're going to be helping sweet Auntie Gladys, or insert the name of your family member there, when you go up to her and you say, oh, sweet Auntie Gladys, did you know there's this guy, he's going to walk all the way from Brisbane to Melbourne for the Kids Cancer Project, and oh, I just wish I had $100 to donate, because also, if I did a donation, I can submit a daily donor dare of doom. By the way, if you do donate, dare me. But I tried one earlier, but what I had was Song You Are playlist, and I went around singing in public and it was terrible. I need structured, clear dares, okay? So, sorry, tangent, I do that. Blame the chemotherapy. But structured, organised, very clear dares. You can be as specific as you want and I will do my best to fulfill it, okay? But you go to Aunt Gladys and you, oh please, Auntie Gladys, if only I had $100 to donate. Oh, I know that you'd get so much karma if you donated $1,000, but whatever, like, pardon me, your auntie, everybody's unique, everybody has their own mix of personality traits, so you know your auntie better than I do. You need to dig deep into her psychology, get under that skin and figure out the best strategy to, you know, get those donations out of her, and that is your mission. You do that, and whatever giggly, crazy old thing you want me to do as a dare, bang, I'll do it. You want me to, I don't know, I don't want to give you ideas for horrible dares that you could inflict on me, but you want me to, let's say there's somebody in Brisbane, there's a bachelorette party or something, you want me to go along and dance for them, progressively stripping down to my beer cut underwear, I don't know. Whatever horrible thing it is, however spectacular, get on board, help out, bang, you got it. I will do my absolute best. And right, so since I've been talking, we've actually covered a fair amount of ground. So I've gone over to South Bank and then back over into the city again, and here we are at Roma Street. Behind me you will see there's a park just opposite the Roma Street station. The police headquarters is in there, so I better not do anything too dodgy. I'm already dodgy enough. It's a bridge, train. Oof. I don't know how the over-the-shoulder stuff looked. I can't believe there's still there's actual human beings interested in what I have to say, so I'm deeply flattered by that. Hello and well met and all the rest. Now my plan, it's getting towards lunchtime, I'm just going to walk home, but home is a suburb called Kenmore, so I think that's about 8 kilometres from where we are now, so that's probably, you know, a good hour and a half walking, but I'm not going to live stream the whole way because I'm nervous about boring someone into needing therapy. And I do think my earphones have gone, so you've got no microphone. I don't know how well the audio is coming across, and I'm very curious when I get home to check this out, because this will be my limitation when I walk. So let me tell you a little bit about what I'm planning with the walk itself, yeah? So when I leave Brisbane, anybody who wants to come with me can. Not to Melbourne, I don't think there's anyone who wants to do that, but you can. But you know, there's that first little bit through South Bank and then down along the Pacific Motorway on those secondary roads next to it through to the Gold Coast. That's 100 kilometres. Anybody who wants to walk the first little bit or the first 5, 10 or all the way to the Gold Coast is welcome to. And every day when I walk, I intend to just, I mean, part of this is for my kids. And part of it is morbid, the idea that if I did die, if cancer came back for me, I've left them this legacy of crazy storytelling, you know? They can see who their father was, what he thought, what he felt, and they were always, every moment of it, they were in my heart and mind, you know? So every day I'll do these little streams, say what's going on. I'll show some beautiful parts of Australia. Byron Bay is a lovely town. I've been going there since I was 15. Some beautiful coastline and beach towns and inland towns on the way down. And every day, if donors are still submitting daily dares of doom, I'll do them in all of these beautiful locations on the way down the east coast of Australia. So it might be at the Big Banana. There's a Big Banana specific daily donor dare of doom. But again, nothing that's going to get me killed, okay? I'm okay with a little bit of risk, but I don't want to die. I've come too far to die falling off the edge of the Big Banana, okay? As much as I want your support, I can't lay down my life unless it's to save somebody else, which I think in my heart I would. But I'll do these daily donor dares of doom every day. At night time, I'll need to find a place to sleep. It'll be under a bridge or something. When I left home when I was little, 15, and I walked from Brisbane to Sydney, and one time I slept under a bridge near Ballina, and I woke up and there was a big carpet snake curled up like just in the crook of my back, which was very cool and terrifying at the same time. And I don't know if I can show you. Let's see, how do I loop this thing around? I don't know if you can still hear me. See this road that I'm walking down? There's a lot of trees. So let me show you my incredible high-tech strategy. I'm like Iron Man. So you see this thing behind me? Hits the trees. But watch this. Slip it off one shoulder. That's some Iron Man stuff right there, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty impressive innovation for an old man, right? So here I am walking underneath all these low-hanging trees. Captain Australia, never gonna fail ya. Doesn't pay retail, you sucker. I almost did like a Samuel L. Jackson sweary one there. Again, why am I rapping? I don't know if ever anybody watches this. If you're like a qualified psychotherapist, or you have some sort of, I don't know, whatever qualifications you have that allow you to diagnose erratic behaviour in older persons, like if you see any pathology here, please, but feel free to just drop me a little email or something. I think I always want to, grow and improve, and I think we all should try and do that. So there's a lot of traffic here. Since I might actually just perpetually stream, so I don't know if I'll have anything interesting to say, but I'm curious to see how long it lasts and what the quality is. So I'm going to pop you over the shoulder again, and 20% battery, we'll see how long that lasts as well. I'm going to have to get a kinetic charger when I'm walking, so I will be, I think I might have cut out there. I will be on the road, and I'll be able to charge the phone up by cranking this kinetic charger. I haven't looked into that yet because it's still some time away. And let's see if this works. So you, once more, are the angel on my shoulder. And let's see. I'll turn that over. You might just see the corner of my head. So I'm sorry if this then becomes intensely boring. If you're interested in Brisbane, you're interested in seeing the city, well, here you go, you get your win. Over the shoulder of Captain Australia. And I just want to walk until the stream conks out, really. So, what shall we talk about? Favourite book. Okay, since I was a child, I have loved Lord of the Rings. I've read it probably 20 times, I think. I tend to pull it down once every couple of years and reread it. And I mean, the style of writing is not actually that great, especially in parts, but some of the storytelling becomes quite gripping, and you get to sort of imagine the characters in your mind. And yeah, I guess I've always had that sort of escape into Middle Earth through my childhood. Favourite movies? I don't know. Like, we're going through, I think, a bit of a creative renaissance when it comes to TV and movies and whatnot. There's so much good stuff out there. I think a lot of the TV series these days have a lot much more to go for them than most movies, because they can tell a story over, one season, 20 episodes, 18 hours or something like that, as opposed to a movie which has to sort of strip it all down to an hour and a half. So I mean, there's been a lot of TV shows that I've really loved. I really enjoyed, I can't think of the name of it. There's this Western one, Deadwood. So it's got this guy, Al Swearingen. He's the main good bad guy or bad good guy or whatever. Timothy Oliphant as the sheriff of the town. And it's set in just the Wild West. And they swear like a house on fire, mate. So they g'day, how you doing? They they throw out the CS's and the B's and the F's and all of the different ones. And every letter of the alphabet, they'll have something. So the show at the time was really known for its swearing, but I just loved it. The setting is great. The flow of action and story and character drama is great. This is great. Really loved it. Favourite movie, I enjoyed The Exorcist. I saw that when I was a young child, and I should not have, but I've always found that to be quite a great horror movie. Pan's Labyrinth, Giano del Toro, whatever his name is. I found that to be a lovely story, really gripping and great movie. Now this one's corny, but since I was very young, I don't know if this banner is now flipping in front of the camera there, sorry. The Princess Bride. So in it, there's this guy, Fred Savage, the kid from the 100 Years, and Columbo. Most people would be too young to know who they are, but there's this kid and he's sick and he's away from school, and his granddad or uncle or something comes around to tell him a story. So he tells him the story of the Princess Bride, and it's a love story, and it's just really sweet, and the characters are great. It's the one, there have been memes about it. So there's this sword fighter, a Spaniard played by Mandy Patinkin, and his line is something like, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." And he goes around saying it because he's repeatedly trying to find the guy who killed his father, and he sort of says it to the wrong people a few times. But yeah, lovely movie. Am I mental? No, I don't think so. And I think it's sort of sad that, you know, when you do something theatrical or strange, that's the first question. So, you know, are you competent mentally? And there is every reason to suspect that I'm not. But I ask, despite all of that evidence, except that I actually am pretty sound. The ideas that I'm actioning might seem crazy, but hey, if it works for the Kids Cancer Project, then, you know, the outcome proves that I'm not mental. As to other things that people might want to know, talked enough about cancer, I think. What do you believe? I believe that people, we, you, me, we, all of us, have an underlying spiritual purpose to our lives. I do not have any particular faith, but I do believe that, and for me it's sort of like an atheistic approach. It's actually logic that takes me there. There's too many miraculous things in existence that point towards there being some purpose, some order at play. But you know, at the end of the day, I believe also that beliefs are like rectums. We all have one. They can be messy. They are not fun to compare. So what we need to do is get to a place where everybody respects that. Everybody understands that. So I don't care if you're with the Taliban, the Catholic Church, the Atheist Club of America or whatever, you understand and accept that your belief, it's isolated to you and everybody else has one. And they may be subtly different. So you know, my wife was raised Catholic, but she doesn't believe in a lot of the dogmatic, you know, the positions of the Catholic Church. She doesn't believe the Pope is touched by divinity. He's just a man. But she's Catholic. So she partially accepts a belief system and then tailors it with her own ideas. And if you accept that everyone is alive, living, has a mind and an ability to make their own determinations about what they want to believe, then pull your thumb out and let them, and don't inflict your beliefs on someone else. That's what I believe. So I think we all need to respect one another and care about one another. And it doesn't matter what you believe. We need to do that as like team humanity. So, you know, for me, all of the issues of the day boil down to hatred, most of them. You know, like xenophobia, the unwillingness to create consensus. So I believe that any given issue, were we to tilt our approach to accepting one another, could be overcome. So whatever the issue is, and there's so many and they're all so horrible, but if we could just change our approach and respect other people's beliefs and work to build consensus, we could make the world better. That's what I believe, and I believe we're supposed to. So I think there's an underlying spiritual purpose to our lives, and I think we're supposed to do the right thing. I think that for all of the day-to-day confusion and uncertainty and the unbearable lightness of being, we're supposed to do the right thing. We're supposed to navigate towards decency, truth, and kindness. And I'm talking to the void now. I have no idea. The camera on my shoulder, I have no idea if I'm still streaming. So I'm just walking down the street like a madman. What else can I talk about? Favorite foods. So chemotherapy, I had a high dose cisplatin, it's called, and that chemotherapy, as soon as you take it, it's fascinating. The sense of taste is gone overnight. So I had lunch after the infusion of the chemotherapy, and I had it was like chicken nuggets, and I couldn't taste them at all. It was the weirdest sensation. And whether or not your taste comes back and to what degree is just a roll of the dice. So for me, I can't taste food as once I did. So my sense of taste now drives what my favourite foods are. My favourite foods are the ones that I can taste. And yeah, I think so. I have a lot of success with as a dessert creme brulee. So for me, French fries or anything like that, they just taste like potato. They no longer have that nuance of taste. But if I had to choose a favourite food for its taste, I'd have to say creme brulee is, before cancer was a delight, and post-cancer it still remains a delight. So got to stay away from that, unless I'm walking 60 kilometres or whatever. When I do my big walk, I'm going to have to make sure to take like 5,000 calories a day or something like it. You know, assuming that when I start I'm, you know, lean-ish, I need to keep things sort of on an even keel. If I'm a bit of a fatty when I start, that's fine. You know, I can. Well, it's like 7,000 calories in a kilo of extra stored weight. So if I started like 10 extra kilos on, then that's like more than, or it's like a fortnight worth of walking, pretty much. So yeah, we'll just see how that plays out. But yeah, anyway, what else? Favorite music. I have loved since I was a teenager, hip hop. Early days of rap through till present day. Right now I listen to, there's an indie artist that you can and should search. His name is Dylan Montaigne. D-Y-L-A-N, M-O-N-T-A-Y-N-E. He's a white guy. He lives in Colorado. But when that dude freestyle raps, he's incredible. He's got his style is like a laid-back jazz rap or something. I don't know how you characterize it, but I look at it. Lyrics born, good rapper too. I've got a lot of hip-hop in my most of it old school, Jay-Z, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, aside from hip-hop, because that for me is music with a purpose. If you want to get a bit angry or you want to exercise or whatever, that's what hip-hop is for. You know, it just gets you passionate and fiery. But I like a lot of 70s music. There's a lot of beautiful folk music. I love Bob Dylan, for instance. Neil Young is one of my favourite singers. So if you want a song that I've always loved is Neil Young, Don't Let It Bring You Down, if you want to find that one. But you know, he's got some crackers like Heart of Gold and Old Man and all that stuff. But I try and listen to current music. I think it's a sign of getting old when you stop listening to new music. So, you know, I like, what's some examples from the last few years? There's like, you know, for them it's more about songs and bands though. So it's like, I'm gonna marry that girl, marry her anyway, marry that girl, no matter what you say. You know, it's like a sort of a reggae feel song. I could not believe my eyes when 10 million fireflies. You know, there's a lot of pop. I like bubblegum pop, you know, a bit of light pop music is good. Oh, there goes our banner. What else? You know, I love songs, like a good love song. All kinds of music, really. The only music that I've struggled to enjoy, to put it politely, is a bit of the old death metal. I can't get into it. To me, it just sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like if you were in hell subjected to consistent diarrhea while being stabbed with a rusty knife, and it's all good, and the images are all good. I mean, I heard one song that was the guitar and the drum and the beat of it was very tribal, and it did sort of get you going a bit, but it was like the vocals came through. Yeah. Just a bit vomity for me, my personal taste. If you love it, credit it on you, mate, you know. All music takes talent, and I think talent should be recognised. It's all good, it's not for my taste. What else? I'm curious now if we've got the stream still going, so I might stop and check it out. Let's see. Oops. Crap, we've turned sideways. Yeah, it's still going. Oh, we've got people watching too. Hello. I'm sorry if I've been boring you senselessly with my jibber jabber. Let's go back to basics then. This is a new person. Hello. So this is Captain Australia. My name is Simon. I originally created Captain Australia, the real life superhero, in 2008. Wanted to make the world a better place. Didn't work, so I retired in 2013 when my little boy got sick. Then after that I got cancer, and after getting over my cancer I realized one of the worst things was of having and getting sick was seeing kids get sick. So I decided to bring Captain Australia out of retirement. It's for the Kids Cancer Project. So the main interesting things about that are I'm going to walk from Brisbane to Melbourne, which is more than 2,000 kilometres down the east coast of Australia. I'm going to do that on the 26th of December, which is my birthday. And well, I'm doing these things called Daily Donor Dares of Doom. So anybody who donates to the big walk for the Kids Cancer Project can put a little comment in the donation, and that's a dare. And your dare becomes my mission. So I've only had one so far, and it was really cryptic. I tried it before, but it was train wreck. So the dare said, song you are playlist. And I interpreted that as they want me to sing a song from my playlist in public, because me singing would be horrible and funny. My playlist would be old person's music, which is all true, and in public would make it embarrassing. And dressed as a superhero would make it even more embarrassing. So that's the dare I had, and I attempted it. But I would love to get some very specific, very challenging dares. I don't know if you can hear me okay. Like, my earbuds died a while ago. This is more of a long test to see how long I can stream for while I'm out walking around in my city, Brisbane, Australia. And there's also just the quality of the video. And I want to look at the over-the-shoulder stuff, sorry, running to avoid getting hit by a car, to see how that works. Because when I walk from Brisbane to Melbourne, I'll be sleeping rough. I'm going to continuously walk, not continuously non-stop, but every day I'll cover somewhere between 30 and 60 kilometres. And yeah, I want to share that. So there's some beautiful coastline, share that. And I'm after a spiritual outcome too. So in my own fight with cancer, it did some real harm to me, physically, spiritually, mentally, broke in every sense of the word, financially. So when I get out there, I want to figure some stuff out, and I want to, I guess, share in that as well. So this is my vehicle, these streams, for doing that. And thank you for watching. I don't know if you're just curious why this idiot who looks like a superhero is walking around with a big banner. But I hope that explains it. Yeah. So I didn't expect to have people watching, to be honest. So I guess a lot of people rehearse this sort of thing, or have an idea about what they want to say. They want to make some money out of it or something. I guess I kind of do, in that I would love it if you were to show your support to the Kids Cancer Project, but my agenda is as much to make you happy as anything else, So if you want to see Brisbane, cool. If you're curious about what I'm doing, cool. Okay, so I'm sorry for the lack of structure. We're now waiting to cross the road. We've been getting a lot of looks and beeps and stuff. I can't figure out why. Do you like the A on my forehead? Can you guess what it stands for? Australia. Australia. I know you thought something else, or we're going to say something else. Don't be mean. Why do we all have to be so mean? There's this lovely dude who used to be, like, these days you've got all these memes and stuff, but back in the 80s we didn't have that, 90s. But we did have, we had the humour of it, but not the immediacy of sharing memes online. And there was this dude, Kamal, K-A-M-A-H-L is my guess at spelling it, if you want to Google him. So he's Sri Lankan, I think, and he makes tea, Dilmah tea, I think. But he was also a famous singer, and his meme quote, which he used to say in his rich, deep Sri Lankan voice, was, "Why are people so unkind?" when people would make fun of him. And that would have been maybe one of the very early memes, I reckon. But yeah, we are the people so unkind. The A is for Australia, nothing else. And I got to see my, I don't know if you can see that, little kangaroo ears. Now, I made probably 4 attempts at this hood. This hood that you're seeing now is the highest example of hood technology available to man, which is, you know, sewn by a beloved Filipino wife is actually what that means, because I stuffed it up. There are some videos with an earlier iteration, and it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Captain. I couldn't even figure out how to sew the bits together, but she's done this marvelous thing, which I will be forever grateful to her for being my partner, for putting up with me, tolerating me. But for her help with this, I am extra grateful. I think I look dope. Yeah. So for some reason, and I can't tell you why, maybe it's heat exhaustion, or just I've been walking for a long time, probably the last 4 hours. I keep wanting to launch into rap, and I don't know why. And I can't rap. I certainly can't freestyle rap, or if I can do like 2 lines and make those lines rhyme, but I definitely can't, you know, do like a full thing, like a narrative to it. And yet for some reason, when I feel that I have to entertain you, I have to say something, I just feel like I'm going to launch into rap. And don't worry, I'm not going to. Won't end well. So here we are, we're on Coronation Drive. So this is, let me push you up into the sky and give you a look. I don't know if you can see that very well. So Brisbane is over there. If you can hear me very well. Down there we've got the river. And that's the city. So we're on the way west through Toowong, Taringa, Indooroopilly, and my home, Kenmore. So it's about an 8k walk from the city. I've gotten from in December, when I was at the absolute darkest point that my battle with cancer could take me to, I resolved to fix it. And I started walking. The idea of the big walk formed in my mind then, and I started planning for it. But I actually started physically walking, and now watch this. This is some Iron Man stuff right here. Okay, I released the nanobots. See, I'm hitting trees with my big thing. Bang! Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That's creative genius. Look, you know, walking along. Sorry, let me fix this selfie stick up a bit. Look at that right there. I've gone from my banner straight to my banner bent, and it's just one flick of a switch. That's superhero creativity, huh? So yeah, I get caught up on trees whenever you see low-hanging trees, and I think I'm going to have a few low-hanging trees on the way to Melbourne. But yeah, where was I? Superhero hood. Oh God, I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, oh no. Okay, cancer. So I can put my thing back up now. And you can, whoop, look at that. And we're back. Okay, so, yeah, cancer. Afterwards, crippled me. Very, very harmful effects, and I resolved to fix it. So I would get up and walk. And at first, in December, so I weighed 140 kilos in December. My thyroid was destroyed by the radiation. So it took several years to get on top of that and get medication for it. And in that time, you know, I was dealing with all these other cancer side effects and just massively ballooned out. So I've lost more than 50 kilos, and I've put a little bit back on. So I'm still right dead sexy. Yeah, dead sexy. But yeah, if you're into chubby guys. So in December, with that obesity, I started walking, and it was hard. So the first night I walked like 3 kilometers, I think. The pain was phenomenal in my shins, calves, legs, just wrecked. And the thing that I want to parallel is right now, So I've been walking around since about 9. It's 12 now, so I've been walking for the past 3 hours. Fine, no worries. Carrying all this gear around, fine, no worries. 8 kilometres more to go home. Another hour and a half maybe, fine, no worries. And what I'm not trying to say, oh, yay, Captain Australia, hey, you can walk. Yeah, I mean, okay. What I'm trying to say is that's available to you. You know, whatever the problem is, however drastic that problem seems, if you start chipping away at it, 6 months later you can have had profound change. And I think that relates to almost any problem, almost any adversary. But yeah, in my case, obesity, depression, existential crisis, it was only the love of my family that was keeping me able to do the basics of daily living, really. But now, bang, the difference is profound. And I get, yes, Simon, you're dressed as a superhero, you're walking around in public, jibber-jabbering. I get that I don't look... This, if you look at it from a certain narrative, this may be the end point of a nervous breakdown, okay? I understand that it's not. Support the Kids Cancer Project, that's what this is about. So if it is, it's a very meticulously disguised breakdown, okay? I don't know why I don't mind either way. I don't know why I'm defending that. But yeah, I see so much mental health, you know, complaints, problems out in the world. So since cancer, I go on these forums to try and help people who are a few steps behind me, who've just been diagnosed with cancer and whatnot. And that then leads me to depression, because I was dealing with depression, helping people, because I made a video of me when I was utterly broken, enormously obese and horrible. This is December, just last year, so 7, 8 months, sorry, what is this, is that 10, so yeah, more than 8 months ago. And I made a video of me at my lowest, and then I came out 30 days later and showed that side by side, and then 90 days later, and at the end of the year I'm gonna show the rest. This is the end point of it. But if you look at that cycle from broken to healed, it's pretty profound, it's pretty meaningful, and it's available to everybody. But there's this mental health epidemic at the moment, and I don't know if it's just COVID and all the, like, COVID has many faces. Like, you could say COVID is also the sense that we as a society are vulnerable, like you know, Rome in its decline, you know, like our leadership is a many-faced creature that makes decisions based on public perception rather than public welfare. So we are this sort of strange schizophrenic society in some ways, and you know, people are trying to, I'm going to limbo under a, I don't know if you can see this, there we go, limbo, there we go. So people are adapting to, I guess, the like psychosocial dimension of it, where you are trying to reconcile, you know, the changes that you see in the world around you. And there's all of this stuff, like the Afghanistan, the Taliban, and Israel, you know, Palestine. You've got all this conflict in the world. It's like if you were to look at the newsfeed any given day, you would feel this sense of dystopia, isolation, strangeness, and I guess that inflicts its own mental health toll, along with just the idea of isolation, being locked away, all the lockdowns and, you know, the measures to combat COVID.